Shalom, everybody. This is Unplugem Jack. I just wanted to kind of give everybody an update. I want to apologize, first of all, because those of you who have clicked on to my videos about the Illuminati and old school, you have been um, deprived of the music. You know, I actually played the music for you. I put the records on there for you in order for everyone to hear firsthand and for themselves what I was explaining. So now all you can hear is the explanation. Some people are not getting the audio of the music, and they're only getting the explanation. And so I said, well, let me summarize, because we're talking about a 4-disc series here. It takes that long to really penetrate and get an understanding of why the songwriter's secret is what it is, and what is it all about. What is the witch language all about? So I said, well, one monkey don't stop no show. And to you who own the copyrights to Come Into My Life, Demon Music. Yes, Come Into My Life by Joyce Sims. The song came out when we was in late middle school or high school. Come into my life, I got so much love to show you. That song right there was one of the songs that the Most High showed me, gave me the inkling. Well, this is one too. And I really didn't have much on it. I began to watch videos of different songs, and I really wanted to do a actual documentary with the videos on there, but it ended up being an audiomentary, and I figured, well, that would be fitting because we're talking about music, so it was all audio. But had you seen the video to Come Into My Life and some of the other songs I had on there, it would help to bring evidence to what the songwriter's secret is really all about. And right now, without further ado, let me just tell you what it is. The songwriter's secret is that they write a song with two meanings implied, embedded in the lyrics. For the goyim, for the uninitiated, for the average person like us, for the young, sounds like they singing about a man or a woman, their love interest, a love song. Love, Love. But in reality, to those that know and those in the business, and to those who are involved in certain brotherhoods, it is evident who they are singing about. That they are not singing about or to a man or woman or a love interest. They're not singing about a car, as in the case of Little Red Corvette, nor are they singing about marijuana, as in the case of Mary Jane. They are actually singing about Lucifer. I maintain in 90 to 95% of the old school R&B jams, and I'm talking about people that we all know and love as music lovers, as old school people, 70s children. We resonate with the real instrumentation, and there was trickery. The sorcerers who produced records, especially back in the 60s, when the Aquarian Age energy was strong with the hippies and um, the rising of Playboy and new sexual attitudes. There was a new energy in the air, and it was highly Aquarian, which is not in and of itself a bad thing, but we had a great influx of witches come on the scene throughout American pop culture, and they made themselves especially known in the music business. John Todd, a great researcher of these things, has stated that no one can be a producer in the music business without first understanding the ways of witchcraft. Now, whether or not we believe that's true today, I know some guys that have produced and they're not exactly witches, but ironically, we could even say about the great master producer Jay Dilla, he was not ignorant to things occult. So that, and I know that firsthand. So that is not as far-fetched as it may seem, what John Todd told us. And by the time this video is through, and I'm going to try to keep it to 10 minutes or so, I just want to kind of give you an overview. So when you hear songs on the radio, when you're listening to the old school, or to my nieces and nephews, when your moms and your dad or your unks and aunties is talking down on your music, talking about how it was so much better back in the day, you may want to say, well, now hold on a second. Let me show you this video. Now, I saw a couple of other guys dropping some science on the album covers, showing and proving the different symbols that you'll find on the album cover. Shaka has a few. Let me tell you a bit about Shaka and another aspect of the songwriter's secret. Okay, now I know I'm skimming over right now. There's so much to this. I do encourage you to kind of bear with the documentary if you can, and it explains a lot because there's a lot to be explained. Well, what about this song? What about that song? People hit me with that all the time. And there's so many different layers and facets to this, just like anything else Illuminati. In order to hide himself, the devil goes many layers deep. So, one thing about Shaka, who is my favorite female R&B artist. So let's get that out the way, because another barrier in understanding the songwriter's secret in the witch language, in being able to take the scales off of your ears and hear. Another barrier is you say, well, I like that song. Oh, I like them. I like Marvin. It was so hard for me to look down through Marvin and find out different things I found. But I digress. In Shaka's case, we see the mind control programming that it's really all about. The songwriter's secret, the witch language that they write the song in, is part of it. And some of you are aware of other aspects, like the duality aspect, what makes Beyonce become Sasha Fierce, or Nicki Minaj become Roman Zelensky, or what makes this transformation that you see, this split personality thing go on. It's part of mind control program that goes back to MK Ultra, and we're talking about what we call the music business really being a mind control program. Period. End of story. And all people who are involved are inducted into this mind control program. And when I say the music industry, I don't mean your homeboy that started the label from out his trunk down the street. I'm talking about the real deal, Holyfield roots of the music business itself. The roots go down into hell because it is Lucifer's business. Now, um, and we're talking about victims. When I talk about Shaka, she's a victim. I am every woman. Here we go. I can cast a spell. Secrets you can't tell. Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Now, again, in the I am every woman, this is about multiplicity, multiple personalities, the dividing up of oneself, like the Sasha Fierce Beyonce thing. Look at the video. It was an old video shot for that song, and it was rare back then to have video. So when you had video back then, you best watch it, because you better believe you're going to see something. Um, but Shaka had many different examples of her being a part of this program. Um, Also, things that pointed to her maybe being a Project Monarch butterfly. Papillon is the French word for butterfly. And we know that the Project Monarch victims are often surrounded by symbolism of the butterfly. Okay, Shaka Khan, my understanding too is that that's not her name, so she changed the name too. Okay, let's look at some more examples, guys. And I'm starting to feel it a little taste. Let's look at the whispers. Okay, now we need to start with the first one God gave me, and that's Ashford and Simpson. It seems to hang on. I was listening to that song like I heard it a million other times. It's not even a song I really like. I don't even care that much for Ashford and Simpson. They're a little before my time. Just a little taste. I like old school 70s music, of course. I was born in 73, May 16th. But um, there was a song of theirs called It Seems to Hang On that first brought me to this understanding of, okay, there's two meanings in these songs. Now my main man Tony Grown, I have to say, many years ago, tried to show me this. He was heavily into different things, like satanic rock and roll, or different things that the quote unquote the white boys say. And he would tell me a lot of different weird stuff. And one weird thing he told me years back was about this witch language, and he told me it was two meanings. And he used the Yolanda Adams song to try to demonstrate it to me. So don't get mad at me when I when I talk about Ashford and Simpson or any of the others. Okay, um, I digress. I mean, because there's so much to this, y'all. But okay, in Ashford and Simpson's song, it seems to hang on. You are to be under the impression that the it is love, and at the end of the song, they even plant that deceptive question in your mind: Is it love at the end? But all throughout the song, they're talking about something stalking them, like a snowball rolling down a hill. It seems to hang on. Look behind me, it's there still. And then here he comes, looking like Blackula. Oh, like a shadow, it follows. And then what happens? They get to the breakdown and actually use Jesus's terminology. Loose me, loose me, loose me. Pleading for that thing to let him go. Because once you open up these portals and these doorways and start to let these spirits into your life, you think you have some level of control over them, and they end up having control over you. And that, my friends, is the essence of the witch language or the songwriter's secret. And I just had to drop it in summary right quick for y'all. And again, to Demon Music, who owns the copyright to Come Into My Life by Joyce Sims. Okay, that's one. God just kind of dropped it on my head. Like, that's one. Just by the title. Some of the titles were dead giveaways of either mind control projects. You have a lot of mind control projects going on. Songs talking about imaginations or riding through the ocean of thoughts and dreams. And again, now let me add this part on. You don't have to. This is the illest part. It started by being taught. Of course, you have to teach songwriters this at first. But after so many years of the masses and the public and of the musically inclined hearing this, understanding how songs are written, just getting the knack for that. The children that are born with the knack are born with the knack of how songs are written, and in the ancient time, of course, that's in their blood. But then as they grow up and listen to the radio, they pick up on what's happening today. So it no longer has to be formally taught. People will do it inadvertently. I did it. This is how I know what I'm talking about. I wrote a song called Midnight Man, in which the girl that sang the hook ended up getting killed. I put a little story about that up under the Midnight Man, which is one of my videos. I put the song up. It was a song near and dear to my heart because of the tragedies behind it, but because at that time I was headed this way, y'all. I was headed into the mind control program, unbeknownst to me, doing everything that you needed to do without signing anything or being official. So that gave me evidence that there is a spirit um, science, a spirit system underlying the music business, the foundation of it, in fact. And so you'll find song after song. Y'all consider the song Silver Shadow. We're going to go to 15 minutes, and then maybe I'll do another one and just name some more songs. I have a notebook. I don't have it here with me, but I can remember. I have a notebook with a couple of hundred songs, y'all. A couple of hundred jams. You probably got a mixtape with most of these songs on there. And again, it's not to say, oh, these songs oh, don't listen to these songs. It's up to you what you're going to do with the information once you have it. That's between you and the Father. And I pray that He gives you the strength to do what's right, to do what you feel convicted to do, as you for yourself begin to hear this. Because if you can't hear it, you know, you haven't the ears to hear yet, or perhaps it hasn't, that spell hasn't broken. Sade had a bunch of these songs too, y'all. Soldier of Love was one. The Love Theory. Perhaps I have to do a whole video just on love, or how they can call them love songs. It has to do with the phonetic word love, and the spelling trick. I talked about the spell of spelling briefly on one video. I believe it was the occult ghetto the first one on that, and we're going to have more installments of that too. I just had to really summarize this because YouTube did me a disservice by taking out the audio, keeping you guys from hearing the songs. But I'm going to name some more songs on the next one. Shalom. God bless. Wherever you're at, be at peace.